Hello and good morning, everybody. Shawn Walsh here, up in Charlestown, New Hampshire. And I'm joining you today because I'm really excited. My TLS 21-day challenge kit just came in the mail. I ordered it last Saturday, and I think it arrived at my house on Wednesday, so it's great turnaround time. And what we're going to do today is I have my friend, my mentor, and my business partner, and also my Transitional Lifestyle Systems coach, Mick Manville, here with us today. And she's going to help me go through the kit and help to kind of break down and explain what the products do and why they're in this 21-day challenge kit. And we'll only take a few minutes of your time today, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and open the kit now. And just so that you guys at home can see what we're looking at, this is the kit. It comes with several different supplements, a detox regimen, some TLS shake mix, which can be a meal replacement or a supplemental. And I'm really lucky to have Mick Manville here today to go through this with me because I'm not an expert at this at all. I have used the TLS system before and the detox system before about 2 years ago, and I lost about 30 pounds at that time. And then, you know, just like everybody else, life catches up with this, and I stopped eating like I had been taught how to eat, and unfortunately gained some of that weight back. But with this kit, we're really excited. It just launched with the company. It's only been available to the general public for less than a week. So I figured the best way to make sure that this works is to do it myself. And the best thing that you can do is have some accountability when you do something like this. And that's why I'm absolutely blessed to have a TLS coach here in my area. And quite frankly, most places around the United States and quite a few places around the world, you're going to be able to have access to a local TLS coach and trainer. And most times it's a certified coach and trainer. They've been through a certification program with the company. So this is available in quite a few other countries. I will, on my other social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, I'll put a link up where you can find more information about this and some videos. And I'll also list the countries where this is available to be purchased. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. And I'm going to let Mick kind of share her story with you. So Mick, why don't you tell the folks, your story and kind of your experience with TLS, and then we'll get into the kit.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on deck. Hi everybody, my name is Mick Manville, and I'm from Lebanon, New Hampshire. And I've been a TLS coach now for about 3 years, and during that 3-year process, I too have been following the TLS system. And I have lost more than 100 pounds and been able to maintain and keep that off. So it's a fantastic program, and I'm really, really blessed to be able to teach others what I know. We're all on a journey. It doesn't matter what it is. For me, it was weight loss, and I felt that I didn't need to be thick to start my journey. And I certainly didn't need to be thin to end my journey. So I just want everybody to know that there's different types of people out there. We come in all shapes and sizes. We're all unique, and that's what makes us individuals.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mick. And as I said, I'm going to include the information to get a hold of Mick as well. I'll give her email so that way in the posts on the other social media, so that way we can access that. And so what I'd like to do now is go ahead and get into the kit. And the first part of the kit is actually a detox. I'm getting some feedback here on the audio, so I'm just toning that down just a bit. Mick, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay,
yep.
Fantastic. So the first thing that comes in the kit is the NutriClean Detox Cleanse and Balance 7-day cleansing and detoxification kit. And in this kit, it comes with fiber powder, it comes with Hepato Cleanse, and it comes with Release. And I'm going to go ahead and let Mick just kind of explain what the purpose of a detox kit is and what we're doing in the first 7 days of the 21-day challenge.
Thank you, Shawn. So what happens during the 7-day detox is that our body resets itself, and it cleanses our palate, it restructures our cells, it begins to allow our body to absorb the nutrients that we're actually going to be eating.
Great, and you know, Mick, I heard when I was watching some of the videos that the cleanse is also really good at helping to curb cravings for things like sugar and carbohydrates.
Absolutely, and that's what it does for our taste buds and our palates.
I'm really looking forward to that because I'm kind of a sugar junkie, so I know...
a lot of people are.
I know when I used the detox system before, I was absolutely amazed at how quickly I was no longer craving things like soda, sweet pastry snacks, anything like that. And I was able to stop at a gas station and get gas and go in and confidently just get a bottle of water and maybe some fruit if they had it. But I wasn't constantly fighting that demon inside my head of, oh, you want one of these? Oh, look at that. Ooh, chocolate, So
done properly, it doesn't take long at all.
No, I think it was probably about 3 days, and I really started to be relieved of those cravings. And by the 7th day, I was actually kind of excited about the things I was able to eat.
Right.
Absolutely. So with this 21-day challenge, the first 7 days are based around the idea of cleansing your body, like Mick said, resetting. And it's not just like a colon cleanse. It doesn't just cleanse your digestive system. It also cleanses your liver, and that's very important, your liver and your kidneys, because that's what flushes the toxins out of your body.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then so I want to just point out, it comes with some tools, and there's a sheet here that actually is a daily tracking sheet, and there's one side that says phase 1, days 1 through 7, and it basically goes through your meal times, the supplements, what to eat, how much to eat of it, and then at the end of the day, how much water have you drank all day, how many hours of sleep did you get, and comments. And on the back, there's phase 2, days 8 through 21. And ultimately what you're supposed to do is make copies of this. And one of the ways they're able to keep the costs down with this kit is by allowing you to make copies for yourself. And now, quite frankly, if you decide after the 21 days you want to stay on this longer because you decide you'd like to continue with the TLS lifestyle and move into like a fat shredder program, which, again, you'll be able to find more information about later on, you can make as many copies of these as you want. But what there also is there's a journal that you can actually get that is full of tips and tricks and exercises, but it's more in-depth than this. It's meant to be, a 12-week journal, Mick?
That is correct, Shawn.
Yes. And I use that
through daily meditation points, daily activities, and it really keeps you on track. It's accountability that's key.
Yes, and I was fortunate enough to use the older version of that the first time I worked with TLS. And I mean, TLS also has a mobile application where you can log in on your smartphone, you can track your meals, your calories, and everything. And when you do a subscription, your coach, in this case my coach Mick, is able to actually go into sort of a back office for the coaches, and she's able to track what it is that I'm doing, what I'm eating, how much I'm exercising, and then she's able to coach me specifically to what I'm actually doing and what I'm logging. It's really a fantastic program.
One of the reasons why I like the website, Shawn, is because of the resources in it as well.
Oh, the website is just...
that are available.
Yeah, the website, again, I'll put that link on my other social media accounts, is just absolutely full of recipes and exercises and a forum so you can talk with other people, you can talk with other coaches. It really is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I had that problem the other day. And the other really awesome thing about it is that with that subscription, you are able to actually track everything over a period of time, and it gives you graphs and can show you weight loss, water retention. It really is, this is not a system about counting calories or counting carbs. It's really a system of making better choices for yourself and your diet. And Mick, I'm really looking forward to that, because that's really where I need the help, is in making better choices. So,
right, and one of the major things about the TLS system is fat loss.
Absolutely.
It's not just about weight, it's about getting rid of the fat that we have, that we're carrying around.
Well, and I remember when I was doing this before, we also measured my body. You know, measured my arms, measured my legs, my midsection, my torso, and it was amazing to see the number of inches. You know, you might only lose a few pounds, but the number of inches that start melting off your body because you're gaining muscle mass is really extraordinary.
Yep.
So if you've never been on a weight loss journey before, I think you're really in for a treat, because it is wonderful to see.
Right.
So
that transition and the inches that are lost is body composition, and it's really super important as well.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So Mick,
maintaining lean muscle mass.
Right. And what is it they say? You have to move your mass, right?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
So Mick, I'm going to pull out some of these other things in this box, and we'll go ahead and talk about it.
Excellent. I'm really excited.
So, this isn't very glamorous, but it's definitely very important. There comes a shaker bottle, which so you can make your shakes on the go. And in the bottom, it has a blender ball, so that you don't get chunks of powder and who knows what else. But you can also use this to have ice water in. It's got this great, really nice little strainer that you put in here. So if you have fruit or lemons or things in here, you don't have to worry about getting those instead of just the water. And it's branded with the TLS logo. So Mick, I know that this is one of your favorite products, and this is the TLS Core. Yeah. So can you talk about this for a minute? It says that it's a fat and carb inhibitor. What does that mean?
Inhibitor, that is correct. It's not a blocker. So the foods that you consume that contain carbohydrates and fat is inhibited. It's not that it's completely absorbed or completely blocked. It's just leveled out so that you're not consuming the entire amount. Hence the term inhibitor.
Fantastic. And I also see on here it says caffeine free. Now, is that something that's important when it comes to weight loss?
It's what is important about that being caffeine free is that there are two types of caffeine generally. One is a man-made caffeine, which you will find in a lot of energy drinks that can be actually quite harmful to the body.
Oh, okay.
Natural caffeine, which some of our other products have in them, is not detrimental to whether you keep your body fat or you are in the fat burning mode. What is important about that is a lot of people have a caffeine sensitivity.
Oh, okay.
So those individuals to be able to continue to use the core without caffeine and without any sensitivity.
Awesome. Thank you. I wasn't really sure about that, so I'm glad I asked. Now, I do want to point out that they also do send this fantastic little button that says, drop and give me 21. And one of the hashtags that's associated with this on social media is hashtag TLS21days and also hashtag drop and give me 21. So if you're interested in looking out on social media, getting more information about this to see who's using it and what's going on, you can also use those hashtags to check it out. And, this is a great tool to be able to stick on you and wear while you're out if you're really excited about your weight loss and you want to be able to help and share it with others. So Mick, I have two things here. It's called Isotonics, and one of them is a multivitamin. And on the multivitamin it says supports a strong immune system, promotes normal cognitive performance, supplements dietary deficiencies, and promotes skeletal and muscle and skin health. Why is it important that we need a multivitamin when we're trying to lose weight?
I think everybody, regardless of whether you're trying to lose weight or not, needs to be on a multivitamin. With the food industry the way that it is today, we are not, even if we consume everything that we're supposed to consume, 90% of us are still deficient in areas such as vitamin D, and those are, our supplement is important because it supplies those in a liquid form, in an isotonics form, and we're able to get that supplementation that we need that we're not getting, even if we're eating the proper foods.
You know, Mick, that's interesting. I heard you say that it's in a liquid form, and the core, I can hear it sounds like those are tablets in there, but this, it's a powder. So can you talk about why it's in a powder form, what that means?
Absolutely. Isotonic means that it's the same pressure as the fluids that are already in your body. So your blood, your plasma, your tears. And what that means as somebody who consumes the isotonic, it is the bioavailability is much quicker than if you were to take a tablet or a caplet in, say, a multivitamin that you would get from any other source.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
and I remember in one of the videos that I watched that they said that the reason that core is in a tablet form is because it's an herbal supplement which is metabolized differently in your body. It's metabolized by your liver instead of your digestive tract.
Right, exactly. So these items, the core and the isotonics that you have no junk in them. They don't have any binders. They don't have any fillers. They don't have, including our herbal supplements that are more easily digested in the system than all of that other stuff that combines, and holds together other items that you would get from other sources.
Awesome. And, I see this other thing is called Isotonics OPC3, and I'll read what it says on this one. It says, powerful antioxidant, promotes cardiovascular and joint health, helps maintain healthy cholesterol and blood glucose levels, and demonstrates anti-inflammatory activity and supports normal blood vessel function. Now, Mick, correct me if I'm wrong, but TLS is based around a low glycemic index eating, right?
It is, and that's why I'm smiling, because there's two things that I always like to talk about being a coach, and one of them is our blood glucose level. And when we maintain an even keeled glucose level, we don't have these high spikes, and then we don't result in crashes either. And so one of the things that I always tell people when I'm coaching them is our bodies, no matter how old we are, again, because of the food industry, we have inflammation. Inflammation is a big reason why we carry around our extra weight, our extra body fat.
Okay. Well, I see some other things in here, Mick, that I'm going to pull out now. And it looks like I have two of the same thing, but they're just different flavors. So I'm going to pull them both out.
Other of my favorite products.
Now, these are the TLS Weight Loss Solutions Nutrition Shake. And it says on them, high in calcium, protein-rich, and no added sugar. There's one in creamy vanilla, and there's one in chocolate delight. Why is it that we would want to have some sort of shake mix on something like this?
That's an excellent question, Shawn. So a couple of things. One, having nutrition shakes, individuals who have the proper nutrition shakes are 40% less, even if they consume one a day, they are 40%, more likely to keep their weight off. So ours are important because they have no added sugar. They are designed for the TLS program and the low glycemic impact eating. So that's really important. They're high in fiber. They have 10 grams of fiber per serving.
Wow.
And they're also high in protein. So fiber and protein at every meal makes losing weight no big deal. They are designed in conjunction with the low glycemic impact eating. And I always tell people, because you've got some people out there that are like, I don't want to consume a boring shake. You really need to be creative if that's your thinking, because these will really help. 40% of individuals who consume one shake a day are more likely to keep that weight off. I've been consuming one shake a day, typically in the morning for breakfast, for 3 years, nearly 3 years, and I have kept off more than 100 pounds of weight.
That's fantastic. And so it's basically kind of like a part of a maintenance routine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Now, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say that, I've got a husband and 3 kids, and that's what we all had for breakfast this morning. So even little ones will delight in these.
Now, Mick, I remember before, I had mentioned to the coach I was working with at the time that the chocolate and the vanilla shakes were kind of getting a little boring after about the 7th day of using them. And she told me that I was able to kind of spice things up a little bit and do some things with the shakes. Do you have experience with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, with 3 little ones, you've got to be really creative. So, we use the chocolate shake, and we throw in a little bit of it's now powdered, it's called PB Fit, peanut butter, and everybody loves drinking a Reese's Pieces or a peanut butter cup in the morning. So that's really nice. But you can do several things with the vanilla. You can do strawberry banana. You can do, and throwing in a handful or 2 of spinach is really not an awful thing. It's disguised when you're mixing up the shake. So there's hundreds of possibilities. And again, on the website, the TLS website, there's also other recipes in there. There's hundreds of recipes to be followed. So you can do there's plenty of reading material, plenty of books on the market that you can use with the shake mixes as well. The possibilities really are endless.
Fantastic. Mick, so that's pretty much the 21-day kit. And, the other thing that it comes with is this little informational pamphlet. Now, something that you can do, again, in order to keep the cost of the kit down and make it more affordable for everybody, one of the things they did is they provide you with this little pamphlet which kind of walks you through day by day. But online, you can actually print out a handbook, which isn't really a book. It's more like a guide for the 21-day challenge. And you can print it out yourself. And again, it's very simple and easy to find. You can find it right on the TLS website. And, as you're going through this, it basically says challenge. It encourages you to use social media to reach out and to support. And it gives a little overview here. And the Phase 1 detox, it says, kick off your weight loss journey with an invigorating cleanse. Phase 1 will curb those cravings for sweet, fatty, and salty foods while supporting your weight loss efforts. Bursting with fruits and vegetables, this detox is the first step to a brand new you. And then Phase 2, the fat-burning phase, days 8 to 21, it says accelerate your weight loss efforts during Phase 2, specially created to target stubborn fat. During these weeks, you'll reach the maximum phase of weight loss. In this phase, you'll shed those extra pounds of fat and ultimately feel better, both physically and emotionally. And then, basically, it says your strategies. Get plenty of sleep. No skipping meals. Don't go longer than 4 hours without eating while awake. No alcohol. Use spices and herbs to enhance your meals. Drink plenty of water, at least 64 ounces a day. And really, that's not all that much water if you think about it.
Right, it's not.
No grains, starches, or dairy. No sugar or artificial sweeteners. Choose raw or lightly steamed vegetables. And use small amounts of low-sodium soy sauce, salt, pepper, vinegar, mustard. It's interesting, Mick, before they revamped this system, you couldn't have any protein in the first 7 days. And then they really asked you to limit your protein intake quite a bit. But when they revamped this whole system, one of the things they did is they added back in protein.
Right.
Can you talk about why protein is important?
Protein is super important because that's what helps build our lean muscle mass. And that's what helps during the detox. You don't want to be super physically active. It's really good time to focus in on you, learn to meditate, just kind of take it easy. And starting on day 8, you can, begin to increase your activity. Of course, that's what we want. And you don't need to do a lot of activity. 7 to 10 minutes a day is plenty.
Wow.
And as long as it is, it gets your heart rate up, gets you to sweat a little, then you know that you're doing enough of activity. A lot of people think they got to have 30 or 45 minutes on a daily basis, and you don't need to. But protein is super important because, again, it helps to build our muscle mass. And we not only have, muscles, we have, we've got our brain is a muscle, our heart is a muscle. We need to maintain those and make sure that they continue to be healthy, which is also why this particular kit gives you the multivitamin and the OPC3.
Makes sense. Now, Mick, one of the things I'm planning on doing after I finish this challenge is getting a subscription to the TLS website, and I plan on continuing the TLS lifestyle. And I just want to point out, I found this interesting tool called a dieter profile, and it's like a survey. Can you talk about that for me?
Yes, absolutely. The dieter profile gives your coach a sounding board to jump from as far as, what your habits are. Do you have any issues with thyroid, your adrenal glands? It does all of that as far as the coach getting to know you as well. So the dieter profile is really important because it gives you a better understanding of where you're coming from, and it gives your coach a better understanding of not only where you're starting, but where you're heading as well. And that's really important, is what are your goals?
Now, there are some different options, right? I saw something like Fat Shredder and Stable and Waiting or Steady and Maintenance. What are those?
Absolutely. So the wonderful thing about the TLS program is it's not, I talked about this in the very beginning, it's not a one-size-fits-all program. It is completely customizable. So if you are doing the 21-day challenge and you decide that you want to continue on, you can continue on with what we call the rapid results. If you want to lose 2 to 3 pounds a week, you follow that particular program, and we know what your goal is. If you're going to do a Sure and Steady, maybe you want to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, the Sure and Steady plan. So can you switch in the middle of a 12-week program? Absolutely you can. Maybe you start out at Fat Shredder, go to Rapid Results, and end up at Sure and Steady. Again, it's customizable to every single person. That's one of the reasons why I love it.
That's fantastic. Mick, I want to thank you for joining me today, and I just want to point out, guys, my TLS coach doesn't really live that far from me. She lives probably 26, 30 miles from me, but quite frankly, the weather today is just crappy up here in New Hampshire, and we've had a lot of rain, and it's cold, and we just figured that doing this, we'd save ourselves some travel time, and, Mick and I are planning on checking in quite regularly, and you don't necessarily have to meet in person. With the power of technology today, you really can accomplish so much by utilizing the tools that are out there. And what I want to do now is I'm going to, again, we're on Periscope today, and I'm going to grab my cell phone and change the camera configuration a little bit and see if anyone has any questions. If you've liked what you've heard here today, go ahead and tap the screen a few times to give us some hearts. We are really new with the Periscope platform, but I plan on using it a lot more to chronicle my weight loss journey, as well as my business journey and just my life development in general. So bear with me just a minute. I'm going to grab the phone, and Mick, stay with me because we might have some questions that you might have to answer.
Okay.
So bear with me just a moment. All right, Mick, so I've got you here. I don't know if it'll work. Oh, hey, look at that. Perfect. So does anyone have any questions for myself or for Mick regarding the TLS 21-day challenge? All right, fantastic. No worries. In fact, I think we covered it quite in depth. The video's a little bit longer than I expected. Hey, Carol, how's it doing? We've got Carol Duty here. So that is fantastic, and I'm going to be uploading this. So for those of you who are interested in getting more information, you can actually find me on Instagram and on Twitter, both at Shawn, which is S-H-A-W-N, the letter M is in Michael, the letter W is in water, the number 8, and the number 7. So that's Shawn MW87 at yahoo.com. And you can actually also find me on Facebook if you just search my name, Shawn, S-H-A-W-N. My last name is Walch, W-A-L-C-H. There's not a lot of Shawn Walches out there, so chances are you're going to find me. And I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to being able to share my weight loss journey and the 21-day challenge. And I'm really looking forward to being able to have Mick help me out and chronicle this. So again, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Mick. And we'll see you at the top.